Hello and welcome to Cardiff Castle as 75 teams prepare for an event in which the Welsh landscape will test their bodies and endless planning and puzzling will test their brains in the toughest team building challenge anywhere in the world. Mind, body and teamwork all stretch to the limit in the University of South Wales UK Challenge. Over the next 3 days, the teams will get to know themselves and each other like never before. And down here at the start of stage one, there's a real sense of anticipation, a mystery in the air. And that's exactly the right word, mystery. Because before the start of each of the 8 stages, exactly what they're going to have to do must remain hidden. So now they've got the stage instructions, they really don't have much time. There's just 90 minutes tonight to complete the stage and get themselves back to the finish in the castle. And I can tell you what, the pressure's always on. So this opening stage is in some ways the most crucial, as it's where the teams will get to know each other and who their rivals are as they make their bid to be the best in the business. So let's go and join the action with your race commentator, Rob Walker.
After starting in the castle, stage 1 takes place in the twilight of Bute Park. Every puzzle solved means a time bonus. Seconds, minutes, even hours knocked off your team's stage time. The currency of the event is time. The lowest total after stage 8 is the winner. Last year's runners-up, AWE, know the game very well.
It takes the dedication and it is all about the intelligence and strategy. Fitness is one part of it, but I'll be honest, the reason last year is the puzzles and strategy, and hopefully that will make the difference this year. Been practicing hard.
Accenture in yellow here are the defending champions. All competitors know that success means making the most of your team.
Guys are running while we're resting. That's the plan.
Perfect, so you're doing well tonight, you're happy?
Yes, happy and sweaty.
It's a walk in the park, mate.
It is for some, but as the event goes on, everyone will have to contribute. Former professional swimmer and double Olympic champion Rebecca Adlington is competing with Team Vive.
What an amazing setting. I've never actually been around the castle here, even though my best friend lives in Cardiff and I was here at the weekend, but I've never been in the castle, so it's amazing.
The event throws together strangers who have no time to waste in becoming a working unit.
It's great fun. We're actually all gelling together as a team quite well, so I'm quite excited where this is going next.
Over the TAF and deeper into the park, teams must make use of every hour of stage time to score bonuses. But beware, a late return means murderous penalties. Adidas are the first team back, perhaps more a result of strategy rather than speed.
Do you think you've taken the stage?
I think we took the initiative, really, to be honest. I think we clocked in early, saved points, looking at the kind of fixture points we've got left, and I think as a team, kind of collective to kind of get in early and prepare for the next stage.
The stages come thick and fast. Stage 2 means keeping a cool head in a late-night exploration of Cardiff Castle. Trying not to get too distracted by the scenery, while the puzzles are unpredictable. It's well after midnight when things get wrapped up.
Yeah, home for a beer.
A nice thought, but that's not to be. In just a few hours' time, teams must be at the start of stage 3, high in the Brecon Beacons National Park, for 2 hours of reservoir paddling. For reigning champions Accenture, it's a matter of maintaining their successful formula.
It doesn't matter when we get them.
They lead by 44 minutes, with the team they might fear most, AWE 1, just a further 5 minutes adrift.
You thinking you can hang on to this lead till the end of today?
That's certainly the goal. I don't think there's too much to be gained or lost on stage 3. Stage 4, I think we'll put some big gaps in.
Once again, there's a full-on sprint and a quick scan of the instructions. But on this stage, the challenge could be as much technical as mental or physical. Many of these teams won't have experience of putting 4 people in a canoe, let alone taking on a tough strategic challenge in such shaky circumstances.
Oh my God!
Most get used to the challenges of paddling and puzzling at the same time, but a few dips and dunkings are inevitable. AWE, hungry to move up the standings, need a great second day. They think they've started well.
Now, lads, when I saw you out there in the canoe, you were deep in maths. To the minute, you were saying, don't check in yet, don't check in yet. Have you got it right, do you think?
I believe so. If all's gone well, we should have 0 stage time, so fingers crossed.
Taking up a full afternoon's competition, stage 4 is the toughest physical challenge the teams will face. Penifan is the highest point in South Wales, and it'll be the dramatic setting for the next few hours that could decide the outcome of the whole event.
This is almost certainly the most physically demanding stage of the 8 that make up the full event. To let the teams know this, the sprint for instructions includes a water feature, perhaps a bit deeper than first thought. Stage 4 involves team members taking on a run to the top of the Brecon Beacons, as well as tough mountain bike legs. But strategy, as ever, plays a vital part in making sure all that sweat doesn't lead to tears, as teams have found out in the past.
You seem to have spent quite a lot of time in your planning here. Some of the teams have already set off. Is that the key to doing well in this one, making sure it's planned right?
It is, yeah, because we made a bit of a mess up last year on something similar, so we wanted to make sure that our strategy was correct rather than waste 4 hours running around for nothing.
This is a really physical challenge, but by the looks of it, there's a lot of brain power going into it as well.
Yeah, it can't just all be physical, can it? We've done all right so far based on the strategy with the previous stages. So mix of strategy and the physical side, yeah.
The cycle stages are tough and long, but those who've been selected for the saddle have got the easy part. Sending pairs of runners to the summit of Penufan, successful teams will put their capacity for suffering as well as strategizing on the line today.
I mean, it's beautiful. It's really hard to look around when you're this tired.
I'm going to check in and we're bang on target. Our target was an hour. We've got a couple of minutes spare. We're on course for a good time, I think.
Overnight leaders Accenture are under pressure from AWE. Their reward for being fast up and down the mountain, more running.
Our goal now is to get down as quickly as possible and get up to the other ridge.
In a landscape famous for army training, the day starts to resemble a military campaign.
So we're deep into the challenge this afternoon. Here at the CDHP point, the teams get a chance to regroup and decide how their strategy's going. And just behind us on the table here, there's a little mail drop system. So if some of their teammates have already been here, they can leave them a note and tell them what to do next.
Accenture's best runners just cannot get enough of the punishment.
Eve, you're nearly halfway through. How are you feeling this afternoon?
Warm. Yeah, we had a good run up to Penny Fan though. I think 50 minutes.
50 minutes?
Yeah.
50 minutes, that's pretty rapid, but you just come back and what you got to do now? Where you headed next?
P3, so back up the hill.
And while the runners run, the bikers rack up more road. At the finish, some feel like dancing, but AWE also have reason to celebrate after a unique achievement.
So lads, you are holding the Holy Grail. Tell us how you managed that.
Well, we had to visit some 3 checkpoints where there was a hidden message behind the checkpoint boards, 3 numbers. That turned into a grid reference. We went to that grid reference, that gave us another clue, and then these guys went off and found the Holy Grail. We were the first there, so it's a fantastic feeling.
There's a medieval twist to stage 5 too. Teams gather at University of South Wales Sports Park with instructions to build a working catapult. The ammunition is only balls of rope, hardly powerful enough to threaten the walls of the castle. Persistence pays off for some though, and the results speak for themselves. After only a few hours sleep, it's an early journey back into the countryside for the final 3 stages. As well as tired muscles, befuddled brains must get themselves into action for another day.
Everything you expected from this event, or has it been a bit different?
Oh no, it's a lot harder than I expected. It's the sleep, I need my sleep, and yeah, it is definitely tough. I think we're all feeling it, but at the same time, it is a really good event, and it's just so well organised, and yeah, every stage we've enjoyed, but for a different reason than we thought. So yeah, it's been really good.
We're all going to go there, we'll agree that...
Start day 2 and you are sub 3 hours and you're leading the whole event. You must be thrilled.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we've made up the deficit from stage 1 and 2, and big day yesterday, so really chuffed to just take any advantage into this.
Stage 6 is a case of who dares wins. With the stage notes in advance, teams estimate their own running times for the route. There are big bonuses if you go for a low time and get it, but as ever, the threat of time penalties hangs over anyone who doesn't keep to the schedule.
Those nettles are evil.
Then it's a quick move to the Glanhusk Estate, where the last stages will play out, with the leading teams just seconds apart in the standings. In stage 7, teams choose a CEO and a preferred currency for this game of high finance based on the stock market.
First time to trade.
No, it's wrong.
Oh, Tour de France.
So after 7 competitive stages, it will all come down to the final one. The teams will have to bike hard, run hard, and think even harder if they want to come out on top. Hello and welcome back to the Glanhusk Estate, where 75 teams are getting set for the final stages of the University of South Wales UK Challenge. Just 3 more hours to stay focused then in one final effort. So guys, 1 stage to go here, and I've just got the live results after stage 7, and sitting in first place with a time of 5 hours, 21 minutes and 49 seconds, are Team 1, Accenture Mixed. You are leading. The team behind you are AWE, and they're only about a minute and change, so are you going to be able to keep that minute there, or are you going to extend it?
The goal is to hold it. It gives us a bit of a change in strategy, potentially, knowing that we'll see what they do and we can try and cover them off. We're not chasing anymore, so we can go to defending it.
So lads, top two teams at the moment as it stands, yourselves, AWE1 and Accenture Mixed. AWE1, 5 hours, 23 minutes and 8 seconds. Accenture Mixed, 5 hours, 21 minutes and 49 seconds. They've just sneaked a 1 minute or so lead on you. It is tight. One stage to go.
That can easily be made up on this. One puzzle, 10 minutes. We feel here, we'll do it.
As ever, there's a quick dash for the envelopes, which will see Dutch company Brand Loyalty cement their King of Sprints title for the second year running. But with the ultimate prize on offer too, teams must go above and beyond their previous efforts. And with envelopes in their possession, the business of the stage begins. 3 hours of action with a few sections that could settle the contest between the champions Accenture and the challengers AWE. Teams will split into groups for the stage, with the best bikers, best runners and best puzzlers all needing to be on form and in the right place at the right time.
So here we are at Brain Cell 1, and it's one of the first mental puzzles that the teams will face on stage 8. Take a quick look at it and you'll realise that it is incredibly tricky. However, get this right and you'll get your team off and away down the road. Get it wrong and you're going to be corralled here for 10 minutes.
At question point 1, the early teams are straight down to solving. AWE included. A quick check with the marshal.
Correct. Guys, slow right.
And they're off. But Accenture are right there with them, thought for thought and step for step as they run for the bikes. A fierce battle lies ahead as both quartets race to Brain Cell 2.
Come on, the bus.
AWE are piling on the pressure, pushing each other and pushing Accenture to stay with them on the ride. On the next section of the course, teams ride 3-mile loops on their mountain bikes. There's a big time bonus for every extra loop you complete, but if a team gets greedy and miss the stage cut-off time of 3 hours, it will cost them big. For AWE, it would cost them the entire event. While teams like Airbus find 1 lap is enough risk to take, AWE bet the lot on going for more, going for broke in fact, with an attempt at 3 laps. The result is that Accenture, having played it safe, are ahead of AWE on the ground. They should stay there until the end, but will also have to wait until their rivals finish to see if they've done enough to keep their advantage and win the title. Accenture might not have the brawn for the bike today, but their question-solving skills are undiminished, and question point 2 proves no problem. Soon the bikes are dropped. The rest of the stage will be on foot, though the Glanusk estate proves a challenging environment. The River Usk, which will meet the sea many miles away on the South Wales coast, is the final physical test. With that over, there's still one more test of the mind, the last chance to change your finish position and a last roll of the dice. Question point 4 is also a major test, typically tricky for the final challenge. Accenture are amongst the teams held here, all stumped by the puzzle they face. Competitors might think that the cars parked a few metres away just happen to be there. That's not the case. Smart teams notice that the registration plates of the vehicles correspond with the numbers in the puzzle. Once they see that, the solution won't be far away, but with most teams looking right in front of them, it's not surprising the marshal doesn't have a lot of good news to give.
No, sorry. Is he close? No, sorry. No, sorry. No.
Eventually, Team 42, PwC ladies, think they could be onto something.
Yes.
They're away on the final dash for home, while others, Accenture included, accept this puzzle has beaten them. It's been a week of new experiences and surprises all round.
Was not expecting the river at the end. It was so high, but getting over that finish line is just incredible.
Accenture, as expected, are first of the leading teams over the line, which in this event is not necessarily a good thing. They'll have to wait and perhaps already sense the truth. Accenture's stage time of 1 hour 37 is amongst the best, but thanks to their bonuses, AWE have blown the rest of the field away, finishing with a stage time of just 22 minutes to take the event.
We knew it was really tight coming into the final leg, so we said, let's just do as much of the bike as we can. It was a big bonus for that bike loop, so we just stayed out there as long as we could. We did well on the puzzles, cracked both of them, brought it home.
Accenture were great adversaries and the first mixed team.
It's been great, yeah. I think if we're top mix, we'll be delighted with that. If we've missed out, then there's nothing more we could have put in.
And as all the teams come home, the sense of achievement is huge.
I'm not going to lie, we're a bit of a mismatch of people. Like, we've got some people have never met each other. And literally yesterday, they're just like, I feel like I've known them all my life. So we've got different kind of skills, different kind of abilities, some good at other things. So it's actually worked really well.
But over the last couple of days, we've gotten on so well. It's been brilliant. Real good experience for the guys in this heat as well. Congratulations, the bus. Come on.
Great colleagues, even closer colleagues now. We could take on the world now. This means a lot.
We walked into this not really knowing exactly what it was going to be like, and it's just been a complete overblow to the senses, I think, because it just challenges you on every single level, but we've been great.
We have some amazing team members, conquerors, designers, engineers, cyclists, but at the end of it all, they're all warriors at heart, so good job, guys.
It has been absolutely amazing.
Well, huge congratulations to all of the teams that have won prizes, but you know what? Each and every one of these guys will have learned something about themselves and each other. What a phenomenal 3 days, and how about that backdrop? Wales has been the perfect setting. So until next time, from all of us here, see ya.